today, which actually creates some awkwardness for our meeting, but I think we've got a good situation set up here. We have two microphones, and just a word about the microphones. What gets said into the microphone is a matter of public record. What is said away from the microphone or out of earshot of the microphone is not public record. So it's very important that you speak into the mic if you're going to be speaking. And don't be shy, get that nice and close to your face, although it may feel a little awkward. So that was item number one. Number two, agenda adjustments. Carmen and I'd like to table our decisions on the 2016 Community Event Fund applications. Although we'll hear applications tonight. Our decision I'd like to table till December.
So you would be tabling agenda item 6B?
That's correct. But we'll hear everyone tonight. We haven't heard from already. Any other agenda adjustments? Postole? Okay, so let's move up. There's two items. Item 5A7. Let's move up Postole to number 1, and we have another one as well. Yeah.
Thinking that I was meant to go through spoke to this evening has been canceled because of the snow. Leave it as it is.
All right, thank you. Thanks so much for that. All right. Anything else? Okay, great. Let's move on to item number 3, approval of minutes.
I have an edit under 6, F, follow task, just the spelling of Barrio A, with 2 R's instead of 1. Thank you.
We take the minutes. Second.
All in favor? All right. Motion carries unanimously. Now is our community participation section, which is number 4. So we have a maximum, we're going to follow, so we have a lot of people here tonight, I know who want to speak. We're going to follow council's guidance on this, which is a maximum of 45 minutes. You each have 3 minutes to speak, and you can pull your time as well. So I have the list here. I'll announce your name and the issue that you're speaking on. We'll get right to it. And Robin, are you going to keep time? Okay, thank you. And Robin here has colored paper that she's going to hold up when you get close to completing your time. All right, so the first person, Ann England, Faculty Director at the Criminal Defense Clinic. Please come on up, Ann.
I've never done this before. My name is Ann England. I'm a professor at the University of Colorado, but my role and most they have is I am the public defender for the city of Boulder, myself and the Criminal Defense Clinic. And we represent pretty much all of the people who are charged in Boulder Municipal Court with the camping ban, with the camping ordinance, and all of the other municipal ordinances. So I wanted to talk to you today and just explain a little bit about how the law works, because I think there's some misperceptions about it, and then I think other people are going to cover other parts of it. So what the law means is outlaws is no person shall camp within the park, parkway, or anywhere on city property. And what's really controversial about it is that it says no one shall reside or dwell temporarily in a place with shelter and conduct activities of daily living. And shelter includes, without limitation, any cover or protection from the elements other than enclosure. And so I think if you think about it for a little bit, and we brought a little demonstrative, hold up and you can see. But it really means that people in the city of Boulder, what this criminalizes is people who use some type of covering. So if you can see this picture, there's 2 men lying, or 3 men. One of the men is just lying there in a jacket, and he is not camping in the city of Boulder under this law. And the gentleman lying next to him was actually the person we represented, and he was charged with camping and ultimately property brings to prosecute people for doing what is part of daily living, which is sleeping, and sleeping with others. I think the other thing I wanted to talk about was, it's been raised numerous times in the press that, well, you all can just use this defense called the choice of evil. And what that means is that a person can sleep outside and have this defense to it if it's unavoidably necessary. But that has been severely limited. It really is only allowed in situations so far where a person is sleeping outside when no shelter is open and the temperature is below 36 degrees. So we have been unable to use it in many different circumstances where people are really just protecting themselves. If you can imagine 40-degree weather, suddenly there's a difference that they aren't going to get hypothermia, and so we aren't permitted to use this defense on their behalf. So I'm glad that you all are considering this as a human rights issue and as an issue that should be brought back before City Council and asked to be changed.
Thank you, Anne. Next, Lynn Harrison. And the next several people are speaking on the same issue.
So I'm David Harrison. I'm a private attorney here in Boulder and represented a number of people charged with camping. I work with the legal aid students in doing that. I thought what I would tell you about is what happens when a person is charged with camping. So let's say that I'm sleeping out by a creek and an officer comes up and gives me a ticket for camping. He issues me a ticket, tells me to pack up my stuff, tells me to move on. Sometimes I've heard from clients that the officers consider some of their property trash, and so they throw it away. But if you have a backpack and things, most of the time they'll let you carry it away. You're given a ticket that has a court date. The court date is usually a couple weeks away. And it's at 8:30 in the morning on some usually Tuesday morning. So you've just been issued a camping ticket. You don't want to get another camping ticket, so what do? Maybe you go where the officer told you to go, which is to the Forest Service, which is 5 miles up the canyon, and climb the wall to get into the Forest Service area. So somehow you've got to get yourself up, down the canyon, or from wherever you went to spend the night, to court. When you get to court, there's a security detail there, like at the airport. So you have to go through a metal detector. If you happen to have a knife, which wouldn't be uncommon to have if you were a homeless person sleeping out in the woods, etc., then they confiscate your knife. If you have a fork, they confiscate your fork. And these are people who are carrying everything they have on their back and trying to get into the Justice Center. And, you know, there are things that aren't allowed in the Justice Center. Then you go, and as with most court proceedings, you wait, and then you wait a little longer, and then you wait a little longer, and then the judge comes in and you say, I was charged with camping and I would like to have a lawyer. And they say, okay. I then come back in 2 weeks, and we'll have appointed you a lawyer, and then we'll decide what to do then. So then, again, in 2 weeks, you gotta get up, get back in, go through security, etc., show up, the lawyer's there with you, and you say, okay, you know, they're not offering you any deal, what do you want to do? I want to set a trial. So in municipal court, they set, if you set a jury trial, there are 2 of those per month. It's when they set jury trials. They set you for a jury trial, must be within 90 days of this court date. And prior to that jury trial, they set a jury readiness hearing where you have to show up. So there's a couple more days. Well, since they only have 2 jury trial dates a month, they schedule maybe 5 or 6 trials for each trial date. So maybe you show up for your trial at 8 o'clock in the morning on Thursday, and they say, no, we're going to take another day. So you got to come back. I've had clients who wanted to leave town and have been, you know, I have to tell them you can't leave town. They've got court to go out there. Anyway, thanks.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Shelley Angel.
Hi, I'm Shelley Angel. I'm a pro bono attorney for JSUS Law Center for the Unhoused. And I'm going to be talking about the cost of criminalizing homelessness. According to Boulder Municipal Court records, from 2010 to 2014, $1,812 12 tickets were issued relating to homelessness. 1,532 of those were under Boulder's camping and lodging ordinance. Estimates show that every time a homeless-related ticket is issued, it costs Boulder $1,100. According to this, Boulder would have spent nearly $2 million on homeless-related violations during this 4-year period. Just last Friday, Boulder County Jail listed 779 inmates. At least 106 were homeless or transient. This represents 14% of the jail population, but in Boulder, the homeless represent only 1% of the population. Furthermore, there were 33 people held in the jail, hurt or solely due to municipal charges. All of them were homeless. The county estimates cost per day per inmate to be $110, meaning just on Friday, the county spent over $11,000 detaining homeless individuals. Multiple studies have shown that it's much more effective to house the homeless. A study for the city of Albuquerque demonstrated that 1 year after being placed in housing, costs associated with homeless individuals decreased by 31.6%. saving the city over $600,000. A study from Los Angeles found that placing 4 homeless individuals in housing saved the city over $80,000 per year. And a study from Portland, Maine found that by providing housing to the homeless, there was a 57% reduction in the cost of mental health services in only a 6-month period. Evidence is mounting that by providing shelter or permanent supportive housing, taxpayers save money while providing much more effective support for the chronically homeless. When the homeless are housed, they have an opportunity to clean up, attend to their medical and mental health needs. They have an opportunity to get jobs and to start to turn their lives around. It's a win for them, and it's a win for the community.
Do you happen to have a copy of your presentation that you could leave with us? Do you have a copy of your statement? And you can give it to Carmen. Thank you so much. Commissioners, I'm going to 4 more people speak, and then we can pause and see if we have any questions if you want to call me. Next up is Mike Homer. Welcome. Palmer.
My name is Mike Palmer. Michael Johnson has questioned in the shop. Okay? I'm Mike Palmer. I am a resident of Boulder. I've also previously been homeless in Boulder for 5 years. I've also previously been with one of the agencies, Boulder. I was on the board for 3 years, just recently left. I'm helping out with Boulder Rights Watch, and I also have another thing to do, homeless in Boulder. So my fingers in a lot of pots. I was going to come up and talk about the costs, but we've already covered that. But I want to talk about how it alters one's life when you get tickets. Usually, you not only get one ticket, you'll get multiple tickets. It's a revolving door. And those tickets follow you. Once you have a ticket, and if you go to jail because you missed your court date, that follows you. And what happens is your background checks and trying to get housing, trying to get a job are all failed. We cannot continue to criminalize homelessness. That's what our city does. And what's going to happen is HUD money is now going to be looked at if we criminalize homelessness. Criminalizing homelessness only pushes the problem down the road. Those who say build it and they'll come, we're already here. We need to get real and deal with the problem. I was on the Lee Hill Advisory Committee, and now I sit on the Advisory Council. Just like she was saying, the money that was saved from that public outcry that was made turns out to be nothing. We've had no incidents yet. And it's helped 31 people. We need to do more of it. Camping bans prevents people from getting into that. And that's what the whole thing is. We always say, let's add more police.
can you tell me one time by adding officers that's cured homelessness? I can't find it. Housing cures homelessness. That's it. I can tell you, the 3 years that I've been inside, I've saved the taxpayers money. I also can tell you that I had a friend of mine, Dan, that was homeless. He had a traumatic brain injury that caused seizures. In 1 year, he was at Boulder Hospital 70 plus times. Can you imagine how much money he spent? He was in ICU. We finally got him out. We finally got his seizures under control. It's somebody now that's not costing the city money. I keep on coming back to money because that seems to be the only thing the city really thinks about. Not the human cost. The average homeless person gets 3 hours of sleep a night. That's why you see them sleeping around in the parks during the day. Can you operate on 3 hours a day or sleep a night? It's not possible. The Department of Justice put out a brief saying that if there's no if the homeless shelters housing capacity is full, that homelessness banning camping is an unconstitutional act. We need to look at this. Our city attorney said, no, that's not the case. It doesn't apply to them. We need to start looking at the human costs that this ban is happening with. There's no win-win when it comes to criminalizing homelessness. There's only putting down one line. I can see up here that we talked about the memorial coming up. Somebody said something at the memorial that really stuck with me. It said there was more people at the memorial for the elk that the policeman shot than there were for the homeless people. That's a very sad state. Thank you.
I'm pulling time with Will on that. So I want to follow up with talking about some of the services and housing that is available to our unhoused community in Boulder. Bit of research would direct anyone looking to get out of homelessness to Boulder Housing Partners. It's the go-to housing assistance agency. If you qualify, you can pay 30 to 40% of your income towards rent vouchers, and the vouchers will make up the difference. In doing that, there are a lot of requirements. Single applicants or applicants who cannot prove Boulder residency are unlikely to get help, and being able to show forms of identification become difficult, such as through loss of a license. If you are arrested at our homeless forum that we had a few weeks ago, I brought a gentleman. He didn't speak, but he lost his license through getting arrested, and in that experience they threw all of his stuff away, and he's also a disabled man on the job disability and cannot get disability insurance also through having lost his license. But it will also stop you from getting help from Boulder Housing Partners, as I understand it. That's a lottery process, so you put your name in, you don't know how long it will take. Now, I believe that's only at the city level, and then there's the Boulder Housing Authority, their website where you can direct to Boulder County Housing and Human Services. To get help there, you have to show proof of income with copies of at least 3 paycheck stubs, copies of bank statements, verification of earnings forms, W-2, income tax returns, letter from your employer. You also need ID, whether a Colorado driver's license card, Colorado identification card, or an income, which has to be verified. So these are all challenges and barriers that we take. What
What seems to us who have homes as just a minor pain if you lose your license it can take months to years to solve that. I think you'll hear about that tonight. So another program is EFUD, Emergency Family Assistance Association, and they provide short-term 6 to 8 weeks in transitional housing. They've got 48 units throughout Boulder, Longmont, Lafayette, and Louisville. It says that in 2013 they spent $813,000 to help, I think it was 60 to 80 people. Then we have Bridge House, which you are probably familiar with, and they recently started helping people with transitional housing or staying in their home. I believe they helped 48 individuals in 2013, and now they have the Ready to Work program in the building over on Table Mesa, which is all great. I think, yeah, that's kind of 48. So these are all great, but one thing I didn't tell you about Boulder Housing Partners and Boulder Housing Authority is if you go to the website and look for all the homes that are available, affordable homes, zero. Now, Boulder Housing Partners listed 40 different places you could look. I sampled 10 of them. All of them had zero. I stopped at that one. Boulder Housing Authority just said no vacancy. None of them were available. So that's what people face. I want to share something that I'm really excited about, which is a solution. Instead of spending, I believe we spent almost $8 million on the 31 units at Lee Hill. Those were, as I heard, how much now? $250,000 a piece. Well, Opportunity Village in Eugene, Oregon opened in 2013 and currently houses 30 formerly unhoused residents in 60 to 80 square feet microhouses. Their startup costs were $98,000 in cash donations and $114,000 in materials and labor donations. They're currently housing 30 people, and they estimate that over a 5-year period the cost to house those people will be $3 a day. The folks that stay there pay $1 a day. So for $2,750 a month average cost, they're putting 30 people in a, albeit small, their own home. We're not even talking camping. They have a roof over their heads. They can have a heater. They can have a light. While I would find that difficult to downsize to that, for others it's not so. It would be an expansion of their world. Dignity Village and Village Community of Hope are two others that are currently running, and there are many more. And I've shared this with the community. Thank you.
Thanks, Ron. Next, Anya Bowden.
Road and the law clerk with Jason. I want to briefly speak about another economic aspect of this issue, and that is HUD's NOFA, or Notice of Funding Availability for the 2015 Continuum of Care Program competition. In this current NOFA, HUD added a brand new criteria for funds allocating, quote, up to 2 points to the continuums of care that demonstrate recipients have implemented specific strategies that prevent criminalization of homelessness. In their application for homeless program funds, applicants must describe how they are reducing criminalization of the homeless. Let me explain the process. The applicants for HUD funding are assessed points on a 200-point scale, and they're awarded points based on how well they demonstrate meeting certain criteria. Applicants compete within a pool of communities across the country, and those who are awarded a certain amount of points are granted money, and applicants who are not awarded enough points receive no funding. HUD's addition of this new criteria represents a clear concern by the federal government about the criminalization of the homeless. HUD's goal is to break down all barriers as they relate to homelessness, and certainly criminalization of the homeless is counted among these barriers. Obviously, 2 points out of 200 is not that much, but this needs to be viewed as kind of a warning shot, as well as HUD's first effort to assess how communities are addressing criminalization of the homeless. This is an important issue, and HUD is likely to escalate its efforts through funding incentives. And as time goes by, it's highly likely that HUD will begin cutting funds to those communities who continue engaging in the criminalization of the homeless. Boulder Housing Partners, as part of the Metro Denver Homeless Initiative, applies for HUD funds each year. And in 2015, Boulder Housing Partners received just under $530,000 from HUD, and this money went to fund various homeless programs within the city of Boulder. Boulder Housing Partners is the housing authority for the city of Boulder, and as such, it's an agent of the city. And we argue that Boulder's anti-camping ordinance is not only bad policy, but it's counterproductive, and it significantly jeopardizes Boulder Housing Partners' ability to receive funding from HUD. And by continuing to enforce the anti-camping ordinance, the city of Boulder is jeopardizing future HUD funding for its homeless programs. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. Bill Cohen?
Good evening, I'm Bill Cohen. I'm the president of JACO and one of the attorneys there. We are the cause of the Boulder Legal Center for the Homeless. I'm just going to summarize what we've been doing so far. Number one, criminalization of camping is not only bad for the people that are in charge, it's bad policy. It actually sets back the homeless. All these wonderful programs that you're going to hear about tonight, which is terrific, are undermined by arresting people for sleeping outdoors in the public. It makes it more difficult for them to get jobs, to get health care, to get mental health, to qualify for health care. It's counterproductive. And that's why the federal government is finally saying we are going to look hard at where our funds are going. We don't want them to go to places that criminalize camping and other homeless types of ordinances. What we're asking you to do, and the other point is, the money that is spent on criminal justice incarceration of homeless people could support building substantial amount of housing. As my Congress says, as you know, if you live housing, cures, homeless, you can't stay enough time. You put people at home, you see the information, they do that. They actually succeed in working with the programs that we have available to them and get out of them. So that is important. What are we asking you to do? Really three things. One, when we get to the point of making a decision on this issue, we're asking you to resolve to the city council that they seriously consider repealing or suspending or completely doing away with the anti-camping law. Secondly, new city council is appointed tomorrow. It's going to have a retreat in January. We're asking you to ask them to put on their agenda as a priority item this whole question of criminalization of homeless. And thirdly, we're asking you to also ask them to look at the whole picture, comprehensive program that we have. We have wonderful programs to help the homeless. We have terrible programs to prosecute. How do we reconcile? How do we satisfy all the different interests we have in this community that care one way or the other about it? Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. So we have other speakers. We're probably about a little over 10 minutes left for the remainder of the speakers. But just for commissioners, do you have any questions of the speakers so far? Okay. I request a citation for the HUD information. Nothing is somewhere. we'd like to have that, thank you. Okay, next, is it Shay Freidenlund? Please, and speak right into the mic. Also, I think everyone is speaking on the same issues.
Hi, I'm Shay Freeland. I'm a PhD student in the Department of Geography at Boulder, and I am a researcher on a comprehensive initiative called Boulder Affordable Housing Initiative. We received an outreach grant from the University of Colorado Boulder to conduct a comprehensive and collaborative research study on affordable housing in Boulder County. The explicit goal of this project includes gathering and sharing data with a diverse array of stakeholder organizations and individuals. Affordable housing issues are currently being addressed by a number of diverse groups and individuals throughout the county. However, there is a huge gap in our knowledge about the mechanisms underlying the dearth of affordable housing in Boulder. So the reason why I'm here is that Housing First is a known and proven solution that attacks the underlying root cause of homelessness, rather than managing the problem through medicalization and criminalization of homelessness. The other portion of that is we need to look at affordable housing as a key part of preventing treating homelessness here in our community. My findings from the survey thus far, we've conducted a handful of interviews and have sent out 550 email surveys to members of fiscal communities, and we'll be conducting the second round of surveys in the spring. What I'm going to share is some preliminary findings about improving access to affordable housing in Boulder, in particular the precarity of living in a place where housing is so expensive that any single one life event, from a car accident to an injury, can make you homeless. What I suggest is, throughout a review of the literature, looking at how the privatization of public housing actually weakens the ability of a city like Boulder to house its residents, because what happens is you don't have enough units, and when you partner with a private builder, oftentimes we don't have the same. I'm going to wrap this up in 1 minute. What I'd like to advocate for is community initiative that considers public housing and not just the privatization of housing as a solution. And I'm happy to share the results of my findings with this study and continue to collaborate with other stakeholders on researching affordable housing here. Thank you.
Reno? The coach guy? Coach? Welcome. Would you mind speaking right into the mic? We really want to hear you. You can take it out. You can hold it in your hand if you like.
Okay. Just to give you an example of the time I had to make a choice today. Either getting shelter, doing the lottery at the shelter, or come here. I thought this is a little more important. But I have to hold the shelter to fall back on tonight. Many homes will be here tonight. They were scheduled during that time. This is during a neat time when we're trying to get our bellies full and get indoors for the night. And of course tonight with the snow coming in, it's everybody's inside, so everybody's inside. Criminalizing acts of survival. It's got to be criminalized, and it looks like housing. These people I trusted. That's why I'm here. I followed them off the cliff. They're on the cliff. But we're all here. We're all in this together, and we're going to take you through that.
Robin, how much time do we have left? Okay.
pull my tongue.
Okay. Shelley Angel, you heard from already? Michael Johnson?
He pulled his time.
All right. Tom, one name only. Would you like to speak?
No, I think you probably should go right.
Okay. Rachel Keane?
I'm not gonna say.
Okay. May Corden? David Laramie? Sorry, I can't remember. David Lorraine, maybe?
Oh, I'm here for a later agenda.
Okay. Rob Smoke? Aha. Hi, Rob.
Hi, my name is Rob Snow, and I did serve on the Human Relations Commission for 5 years, and spent 2 years as the chair. Not that that qualified me in a spectacular way to make comments there, but I am homeless. And I just want to point out as a point of order that it's not a restriction, 45 minutes. Anytime the council decides that it wants to go over 45 minutes, and I would just suggest to you that I don't know how many extra speakers there would be here, but if it's 3 minutes per speaker, if you have 10 of them, it would be an extra half hour. And considering that this type of hearing does not occur every day, it doesn't, certainly doesn't have to happen 2 weeks from now as council meetings open comments do. You know, I think it's appropriate to be ready to go over if that's what's necessary. So if perhaps I'm spending my 3 minutes in an opportune way, but that is a point of order that I think applies. This is an article from the Vancouver Globe and Mail about homeless in Abbotsford, BC, winning the right to camp outside. The British Columbia's Supreme Court Chief Justice Christopher Hinson ruled, and this was just in October, that homeless people in Abbotsford are allowed to erect temporary shelters in parkland between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. And you know, it's not a vastly different situation than we have here in Boulder and other cities in the U.S. And Abbotsford, by the way, is a city with a population of 123,000, so it's not, you know, some incidental, you know, out of the location. And you know, one thing that's in here that, you know, we would see happening in Boulder is it says the legal action by Abbotsford. Now, this was against homeless, was the latest attempt to evict homeless campers that began with issuing bylaw notices that escalated to spread pepper spray and chicken manure on the camps and finally damaging or disposing of tents and other personal property. Well, I don't think we've seen a pepper spray and chicken manure, but we have seen disposing of property and you know, the damaging or disposing of tents. And we've seen it in Boulder, and we've seen it vastly. Has happened quite a bit in Denver just recently. And homeless, people don't know this here, I'm sure, but just in South Boulder, just this weekend, was broken up by the police. And you know, what I want to say about it is that really, you know, skipping all the technicalities of whether it works or not, this legitimizes, this kind of law legitimizes prejudice for a child, for somebody who is, you know, too ignorant to know better, for anyone who's impressionable. It's saying, well, the cops don't care about the homeless, the city council doesn't care about the homeless, and if we're just somebody who has a retail store, if we're just somebody on the street, or we're just somebody who lives in Boulder, why should we care? And you know, it creates an atmosphere which is antithetical to a community feeling where you want to have empathy for, you know, your neighbors, whoever they happen to be. And I've lived in Boulder 29 years. I lived in the same apartment for 20 years. And it's not, you know, I mean, I've been fortunate to have quite a bit of privilege being homeless. You know, I've had friends and so forth who put me up, and at times they have. You know, I mean, that's a railroad tracks and all that. But for me, the big issue here is, first of all, it can be solved. You know, people who say that housing is too expensive, it's ridiculous. There are all sorts of alternatives. There, Denver Homeless Out Loud, as some people in this room know, was you know, evicted from a sort of a protest site that they had set up with a number of tiny homes, and I think 10 people were arrested in their group. And they had set up there knowing that it would be taken down, but wanted to prove a point. And part of that point was that this was property under control of the city of Denver, and it's being diverted to a private developer. Now, if you look on Craigslist today, there are hundreds of properties available to private developers. And you think that a municipal authority would have enough sense to know that something under their control should be directed towards people who are more in need and private developers, but they don't know that generally. And it's the opposite of the situation that exists in a number of states where they have declared a state of emergency, where they do want to solve the problem. And what I see here is just the opposite of what I've seen here. So the starting point for me is to end the ban on camping, because we have to have a society that is, if we're going to succeed as a community and have an open society, we have to have a society that honors the humanity of everybody who's here. And you can't do that, you can't say you're simultaneously, on the one hand, you're going to help people, and on the other hand, you're going to slam the door on them and put them in jail if they don't behave exactly precisely as you require them to. So, for me, that issue of legitimized and prejudice, that was a very big issue. I just want to hand this copy of this article from the Boulder Mail to
Allie Moon. Michael Lagarde.
I'm Michael Lagarde. I'm a third-year law student at the University of Denver. Ellie Moore is in the same class as I am, and we have a bunch of numbers to present to you, so it's like more helpful for you to be able to actually see. So we're in the homeless advocacy policy class at Muse Law School, and specifically we started this fall doing a survey of municipal ordinances that criminalize homelessness in Colorado. We took the 76 most populous cities in the state and searched their municipal codes for laws that criminalize homelessness. We then cut that list down to 23 cities that represent a large swath of the population of Colorado, as well as geographic diversity. And from that, we did core requests, essentially freedom of information requests at the state level, to find out how they were enforcing these laws. So in terms of the camping ban, we found a couple of things. First, that of the 76 cities, 44 cities had these bans. And then in the 22 states, we got record requests from 15. And when you look at the actual data of how they're being enforced, the key point I want to get across to you tonight is that Boulder is far down, hands down, across the board the worst in terms of enforcing the camping ban. In 5 years, they have issued 1,767 citations. The next closest city that we got information from was Fort Collins, which issued 861 in that same 5-year period. That's more than twice the number of citations. In terms of Colorado Springs, the next one had 92, which means Boulder issued 17 times the citations of Colorado Springs. So we know that Boulder is enforcing their camping ban at a rate significantly above what other municipalities are doing. We also know that this is not due directly to the population in Boulder or the population of homeless individuals in Boulder. When you look at the actual data, you have one citation in Boulder on the camping ban for 0.2 homeless individuals. The next closest place, again, is Fort Collins, which issues 1 citation for homeless individuals. Colorado Springs goes all the way up to 13 individuals per citation. Denver's at 216 citations. And this is the same situation we look at the overall population. Boulder issued 1 camping ban citation per 55 people that live in Boulder. So the 3 takeaways from this is 1, Boulder is issuing citations significantly more under the camping ban than anyone else. This disproportionately targets the homeless, 87% of the camping ban over the past 5 years going to homeless individuals, and that this is not explained by anything to do with population and demographics. Thank you.
Sorry, your presentation is draft in a lot of places. Is this final? I think we'd all like a copy.
So that's to be efficient, get the information out there. We have not finished our report yet. We're looking at a full policy report covering the entire state of Colorado. either at the end of this year or very beginning of next year, and we will happily forward that along.
Please, thank you. Yeah, quick, okay.
Just a quick question for you. So, how many unduplicated individuals does the 1,767 citations represent? Do you know that?
I don't know that information offhand. We do have the raw data from Boulder's court system, so we can find that out, but off the top of my head, I don't.
Okay, thank you. Michael Fitzgerald?
I'm Michael Fitzgerald. I'm formerly homeless. I was cited 8 times, 2 of which I did follow with Mr. Harrison and Ann, that they decided that one of mine was really a jury trial. I went to the jury and plead my case, sat on the bench, and I was found guilty even with the evidence that I had. I also did two times, 2 nights in jail for my citations because I refused and couldn't do the mandatory community service. How I got through all that was very well because I was an advocate for get rid of this camping ban, and so I felt at one time I felt like I was really being targeted because the cops knew me before they even took my identification, and I really felt like, you know, towards the end of my stay on the streets, I would actually run into a cop, and he would sort of like, I wouldn't citate you because I know you're just taking me to court. And I can't really afford that time because the judge, the police have to be at the trial, and because two of the cops were witnesses for the city, and so I was really in a quandary about this, but I knew what I was doing was right because when I stepped outside because I had no other place to go. When I went into a garage, it was raining outside, or I'd be sleeping in my place. My address when I was on the street was 300 block of Canyon. But you know the city, very much around 300 block. It was right by the creek at the 300 Street marker. So that's where I spent most of my time and all of my summers, and I spent 5 summers on the streets. And I was lucky only because I was a resident of Boulder. I wasn't from anywhere else. I lived here. I got on the streets. I'm still living here. And I'm at Ford as a citizen, as a voting citizen, that we still are fighting this it's not even right. I mean, it's so impossible to believe that because you sleep on the streets or in a safe area or whatever it is, to survive, to get through a night, you face a citation by between 6 and 7 in the morning. That keeps you awake sometimes. Thank you very much.
So I want to clarify, this is not a public hearing, this is our regular monthly meeting, and the people who have been speaking as part of public comment. So at this point, I'd like to cut that off at the time that I said, in order that we, as commissioners, talk about questions that we want to bring to council. So, no, I'm sorry, it's now our business. So I, on our, so our next, I really invite everyone who didn't get a chance to speak at our next monthly meeting. There's no, ma'am, we are gonna be doing something, that's what I'd like to talk about right now. So there's a lot of people, unfortunately. Folks, this is not a public hearing, and I do regret that, but we need to be talking about taking constructive action on this right now, okay? So with that, I'm gonna turn to fellow commissioners, and we're going to start to make some.
You are putting homeless and people who are free to actually be everywhere they want. It's not in the same category. And I want you to be actually aware that there are separations.
I appreciate,
for only the
we
homeless.
are.
I absolutely would love to actually speak.
So we have heard that point, and tonight, and I regret not saying this earlier, tonight is about quality, kind of, the various points, and I believe that point has been made. So I appreciate that, thank you for sharing that, but yes, a previous speaker has made that point. We have noted it down, and we would like now to plan.
The concept of freedom in this country has been addressed whatsoever.
Okay.
You are putting every single stone in one bag, it is a separate issue.
Okay, ma'am.
To be free in America does not imply to be looked at as a homeless. And unfortunately, everybody that lives with the back up on the other shoulder is looked at as a homeless. And I want to understand where is freedom left for this country to actually just have be free. You do not want to hear my voice, but I do have to.
I do want to hear your voice. I also would like to.
Go home and have a meal, get children. I understand that.
No, ma'am. Here, Darren is here to talk. I don't know if you can help out at all.
I'm not here to talk, so I'm here to say that I'll do whatever is necessary to change what this
I will not be here. I will not be here.
And just to clarify also, the HRC potentially after city council retreat will be holding public hearings on this issue. So right now, this is just open comment for all of the issues that HRC may be taking up tonight. The city council at their retreat wants to open this discussion on the camping ban, then the HRC will be holding public hearings on this, so there will be an opportunity for everyone who wants to speak to be able to speak to it. That would be after January, after city council's retreat.
So, in other words, this is not the only time to speak on this issue. And what we're doing is we're opening the door for city council. And that is coming up soon, and what is necessary is to plan for what the HRC puts in front of city council. So, at this point, I'm going to turn, so please, I invite everyone back to our next meeting, and like I said, this is not going to be the only time. And I can see people are frustrated, and I'm sorry about that. At the same time, we have to balance.
You change the decision. I'm very sorry to insist, but a month from now, people are on the street who need things to change now. And I'm very sorry, madam. But when I'm saying that the lives of people are on the line in this meeting, yes, we are talking about lives. And for you to just tell me that because of timing issue, here we go again.
Ma'am,
I really am sorry, ma'am.
the
But we are really not
commissioners
all
will
the
be
issues
providing
here.
other opportunities to have a conversation about this. And there's other people at this meeting who would like to speak to other topics
I don't
that
see
they're
many people in
waiting
the
for.
streets. Maybe it's time to actually hear people who are actually living and experiencing it
And
on
there
the
will be
streets.
opportunity for that. So we're gonna move on with the agenda.
Thank you. So,
As a matter
this
of
has.
public record, I would like to just bring to everyone's attention that there was only one question raised by the father, that was by Mrs. White. It's important to have some intellectual curiosity about this intense conversation in the future.
Oh, sir, we haven't even started. We haven't even started. Thanks, but let us do our business now. So, on the agenda, commissioners, you'll note that the questions for city council is our fourth item from the bottom, and I had planned to have this as one of at least 2 items. So right now, let's gather or review the points that we could see in that submission. So you all probably received that email requesting responses to the questions. So we've heard a lot of good information, a lot of questions were raised, a lot of good data, a lot of interesting research. We can do this in a variety of ways. We can continue it after the meeting, but also if we would like a little discussion on this right now. Carmen?
Excuse me, Commissioner Zuckerman, are you doing an agenda adjustment of item 6B? Excuse me, 7B, HRC responses to 2016 questions from City Council?
6B?
I'm sorry, 7B.
I'm not doing an agenda announcement. Why don't we hold until then? Because that is a discussion item and we can start formulating our response.
So are you proceeding now with
No, I'm not.
discussion information items on event fund?
No, and thank you for that. So we have the contact information for people who spoke. And what I recommend, I know people will probably peel off and may not be present by the time we get there, but we do have contact information for people who spoke, which is great. And if anyone wants to be available for that kind of thing later, or you think your address will change, then let us know. But we will be going through that response. And I think everyone put down some kind of address except maybe 1 or 2 people. Okay, so now let's move on to, so thank you everyone who spoke, and I understand it's always going to be a certain amount of frustration. This is not the only time. It may feel like the first time or an early opportunity for you, but this is not the only opportunity to speak in front of us or to speak in